RSI is one of the most misunderstood indicators in trading. In this video, I'll show you how to use RSI and RSI divergences properly as a confluence with price action, not as a buy or sell signal. Let's add RSI to the chart. I'll go to Indicators, search for RSI, and add it here. As you can see, RSI is added as a separate pane below the price chart. If you want to maximize the price chart, you can use this button at the top right corner of the RSI pane. And to restore the RSI pane again, simply use the same button. RSI stands for Relative Strength Index. In simple terms, RSI tells us whether buyers or sellers are currently stronger. When RSI is above 50, buyers have more control. When RSI is below 50, sellers have more control. We are not using RSI to catch tops or bottoms. We are using it to understand the market bias. When RSI goes below 30, the market is considered oversold. When RSI goes above 70, the market is considered overbought. Now let's talk about RSI divergences. We'll start with a bullish RSI divergence. A bullish divergence tells us that downward momentum is fading, even if price is still falling. Price makes a lower low, but RSI makes a higher low. This means selling pressure is getting weaker. Now let's look at a bearish RSI divergence. In a bearish divergence, price makes a higher high, but RSI makes a lower high. Price is going up, but buying pressure is weakening. These RSI concepts work well on 1-hour and 4-hour charts. Personally, I use RSI mostly on the 1-hour chart. When using RSI as a confluence, here's the simple checklist. For a long setup, RSI should move from oversold and start turning up, ideally with a bullish divergence. For a short setup, RSI should move from overbought and start turning down, ideally with a bearish divergence. Here's a long trade example. Price has moved into a support zone and is ranging above it. We then see a bullish pin bar candle, followed by a strong bullish candle. As you learned earlier, we should ideally have at least 3 confluences before entering a trade. So far, we only have 2. Now, just before the close of this candle, we check RSI for an additional confluence. Here, you can see that RSI was oversold and has started moving up. RSI is also showing a bullish divergence. So now we have our third confluence. We could enter a long position near the high of this second bullish candle, place the stop loss below the low of the pin bar candle, and target the next resistance level. As you can see, price moves up nicely, giving us a clean and profitable long setup. Now let's look at a short trade example. Price has moved into a resistance zone and formed a very strong bearish pin bar candle. This candle has a long upper wick, a very small body, and almost no lower wick. Pin bar candles like this are called shooting star candles. Even though this candle is green, it still tells us that buyers tried to push price higher, but were aggressively rejected by sellers. After that, we get a strong bearish momentum candle. Now let's check RSI. You can see RSI has been overbought, moving above the 70 level. Between these 2 points, RSI is also forming a bearish divergence. Even though price made a higher high, RSI made a lower high. Now we have our third confluence. We can enter a short position near the low of the bearish momentum candle, place the stop loss above the high of the pin bar candle, and target the next support level. As you can see, price moves down strongly, giving us a very profitable short trade setup. Now, final takeaway. The correct way to use RSI is very simple. First, identify a price action setup using candlestick patterns and support or resistance zones. Then, check whether RSI supports the direction of that setup. RSI helps us understand momentum, not predict reversals. Price action makes the decision. RSI helps us trade in the right direction.